Welcome to the Intuitive Hour with psychic medium, author, and intuitive life coach, Michelle Beltran. The Intuitive Hour will empower you to learn how to magnify your intuitive voice. Listen in and expand your understanding of what it means to be psychic and how to awaken, amplify, and trust your inner voice.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is the Intuitive Hour, Awaken Your Inner Voice. And I'm your host, Michelle Beltran. As always, thank each and every one of you for being here today. All right, so we're talking about mediumship today. I call this spirit interaction. What exactly is this? What do mediums do? There's a lot of confusing information out there, so let's get clear today on our episode about this very incredible ability that so many do have. We're seeing more and more of today as that veil is thinning, so to speak. All right, so spirit interactors, they actually use their ability to detect and communicate with spirits and those in the afterlife for the purpose of conveying specifically targeted information to a specific living individual. Spirit interactors serve as live human interactors for spirits existing on the astral plane. You can think of it in that light. They're messengers, deliverers, vehicles. Interactors or mediums serve as receptives for multiple types of energy emanating from the spirit world and/or the universal matrix. We also can call Akashic records. An interactor seeks out spirits on behalf of the living and speaks with them. Spirits then in turn seek out cooperative interactors or mediums for delivering that information to the living. Spirits also seek out interactors in order to be revealed, become materialized in a sense, or influence a course of events. Where spirit connections are concerned, several well-defined types of phenomena do occur. Communication is one, but another is the manipulation of energy systems. There are, therefore, two types of spirit connections or interactions, mental and physical. Let's talk about each. Mental connections involve mental telepathy, which is the transfer of information through thought with the assistance of one's physical senses. The interactor may receive the information through objects he or she mentally sees, hears, and/or feels. While the information comes across and is delivered as words, the actual transmission of the information comes in the form of a thought. With spirit interaction readings, the images and messages received will be an evidential reference to something significant about the person for whom the reader is conducting the reading or regarding the spirit presenting. The interactor or the medium will actually receive specific names, dates, and events in the session. In a psychic reading, clues and messages come through symbols with a more general or symbolic meaning. For example, when you see an image of a heart, or in a reading an image of a heart is presenting, you may assume a love relationship is involved. If that heart is torn in two, it may mean there's something troubling or troublesome about the relationship, a breakup or a separation. They're more symbolic in nature. Such symbolic messages are more prevalent in a psychic session Yet, in a spirit interaction reading, spirits tend to converse in factual, evidential information. A very key difference. When you experience validation by a spirit while in a reading, it is enormously powerful to all who witness it. When a spirit comes through in a medium session, it is so very profound, and it not only provides validation of your ability to connect to the other side, but it's an indication that the work of spirit interaction is for you. You have a gift. It's important to note that individuals' transitions to the other side can be new to them. At the same time you're processing your grief at their loss, they are transitioning from this world to a new one and a new space. So the transition is new to them as well. They're adjusting. So keep in mind that your prayers help them find their way. It's possible for you to create a kind of soft landing for them as you do this, as you pray, which they will consider helpful. It's also important to realize that the other side is not a place like heaven or hell, a place traditionally described by traditional religions. The other side exists on the astral plane, a place of energy instead of physical matter, similar to what we experience in our world. The concept of an astral plane is common in other cultures and has been around in Western thought since before the Romans. Energy on the astral plane vibrates at a much higher frequency than it does here on the earthly plane. The most common sensation reported by spirits is that it's one of beautiful, calm, and peaceful communion among spirits. In our physical existence, the most common experience is one of conflict and desire. The complete dissolution of troubling and hostile sensations on the astral is, in itself, unique. Although the astral plane is a place of peace for the departed, that experience is not given to those conducting spirit interactions. Any experience with the afterlife requires a debriefing and a psychic cleansing of sorts. It's necessary in order to perform this work safely and effectively. Physical interactions with spirits involves such things as the familiar table interactions you've seen in movies, with or without the takeover of the interactor's voice. These rare physical interactions, or takeovers, so to speak, often involve the manipulation or changes of the physical environment, its systems, or its energies. Physical spirit interaction is quite rare, but because of the interest and appeal to the curious, it may lead to false expectations by those seeking to communicate with spirits. So it's important for those who wish to become involved with psychic phenomena and spirit communications to then protect themselves against low vibration energy. Sometimes this is known as psychic attacks in the psychic world. These low vibration energies, they are present. Do be mindful of them. They're a potential. Do be prepared for them. But remember, you're in charge. The gift is of love and light. If you endeavor to enter into any psychic work, the work of spirit interaction, or the relaxed interaction with clients, it behooves you to take precautions to be safe and ensure that low vibration energies don't make their way in. You have complete control and power over this. Your mind and body are great receptors for emotional stimuli of lower vibration or negative kinds of feelings and emotions. So take note, these occurrences may not originate from within you. They may be emanating from without. Being mindful of this is important. As you become more in tune with your energy, you may become more sensitive to energy of all kinds. Your pure, positive essence should be the only energy allowed in your space. So, establish a good routine of prayer and protection and use of protection roses. You'll want to use protection roses around your aura to assist you in your day-to-day activities, your meditations, or any kind of spiritual work. You want to do this in order to keep yourself surrounded by healthy energies. Remember, you are spirit, and your spirit has space. It's important to maintain an awareness of your own sacred space, and only and ever your pure positive essence is allowed in your space. A protection rose is a wonderful tool that will help you create a boundary. It's an invisible space you create and place at the edge of your aura. I highly recommend you use this often. This protection rose acts as a filter or a receptacle to absorb energies around you that are not your own and that do not belong in your space. It helps you become aware of the boundary between where your energy ends and the rest of the world begins. You might look at it that way. A protection rose can also serve as a wake-up call to be mindful of your need of protection. For example, when the thought of a protection rose occurs, just the mere thought of it comes to mind, it's a clue for you to be aware. Center yourself by making a conscious effort to be present in the moment and undistracted by mind noise. Tune into the events and occurrences around you. The protection rose is a signal to be mindful of healthy energy, your boundaries, and the energy that may be flowing inward and outward and around you. Protecting yourself is extremely important when working with clients. After you complete a session, it's essential to release energy that may have built up during a session. We can call this a clean out, a releasing of energies that no longer serve you or your client. So you'll want to sit quietly and meditate. Work to recall your energy that may have dissipated and remained with those from the other side, and call it back. Any energy of yours that went to the client or to spirit, call it back. Then release the energies you receive from the spirit or clients back to them, sending it away from your space, creating balance. You may not be aware of it, but spiritual residue can build up like the sludge in an automobile engine and can build up, and it can cause mental and emotional disturbances down the road. So a clean out is essential. In addition, mentally incorporating a protection rose may help to imagine cords of outside energy connecting to your energy, which you can then disconnect with an imaginary pair of scissors. You might visit my energy cord releasing meditation for more information on this exercise here at the Intuitive Hour. Not releasing these energy cords can drain you from your body, can drain energy from your body, and can create confusion in your space. These kinds of energy cords that can attach during a session usually attach at chakra points. You may feel it in those areas. This is alerting you to become aware of which ones that are affecting you and giving you notice to do some releasing there. Ask your spirit guides to clear them for you at the end of each reading. And again, use the energy cord releasing meditation. A psychic cleansing is not only advisable, but also necessary for you to remain clear and in control of your own power. When you take your training, you will learn different methods of cleansing. For now, just know that such a ritual is important for keeping yourself safe and clear. So, if you're feeling unusually out of sorts, suffering unusual dreams, experiencing pains or other physical symptoms without reason or consistency, you may be experiencing residual low vibration energy, which just needs to be released through these techniques. All right, everyone, with that, we will bring our episode to a close. I'm looking forward to meeting with you all again next week. As always, for any questions, please reach out at mbeltran@michellebeltran.com via email or by telephone at 800-607-1770. Look forward to seeing you all here next week.
Thanks for listening to the Intuitive Hour with Michelle Beltran. If you like what you heard, please share our podcast with a friend, and be sure to visit michellebeltran.com to get Michelle's popular Develop Your Clairvoyance ebook.